Azariah, it's more important that you're taking care of yourself, and it sounds like that's what you were doing. That is a rough place to be in. Have your doctors been able to come up with actual active solutions by chance? I'll shift over here in a moment. I just need to grab something to drink. I'm glad the mic is on. You see the doctor on the fourth? Okay. I have to contain some kitties, but I will be right there. Thank you so much for the follow, Citizen. I hope you enjoy the book. Welcome, Yepers. Thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy the book. How are you? I love that emote. It's fun. And in a moment, you guys are going to hear my collaborators. I hope the coffee helps. As I know how this is, Azariah. This is maybe not to quite that extreme, but I know it's hard, and I hope you're okay. I hope your help is actually help. Um, if you have chatted in my chat, there is a cat on the screen with your name on it. Janine, it's been forever. How are you?
Uh, real.
Like
Nothing's
that.
real.
Please click the heart at the top of your
You're in a
screen. Hey, Lady Right.
you're in a
Wrong person, MJ. Late Night
giant
with a
No.
V.
dilemma right now.
Wait, please click the heart at
Hang
the
on,
top
let
of your
me
screen.
let me correct that
Wonderful.
here.
Well, that's up to
You can go
you,
ahead and just like
Janine.
follow
Fantastic.
me
And
right
I'm
over
doing
there, and
okay.
then
Other than my cats are losing their
here's the
minds
video
behind
rights
me.
link.
Now.
So you can just
Uh,
go ahead and check out
and I can't see in the
all
dark.
of the 65 books that Lady Rice has made, or
I
60
mean,
plus
you
books
should do
that Lady
that.
Rice has
You
made.
absolutely should do
Sensory
that.
overload.
Here are the links you can find Lady Rights in. There you go. There you go.
All of
Everyone
that
can
stuff
see
that
it
we
in the
have
chat.
going, you
Um,
should do, but you should also follow
and also,
Decaf
you should like
Media.
check out GC Nation over on
Uh,
the pre-order links. Here you go.
you should
There we
follow
are.
Decaf Media. They have a bunch of
All right.
for
Here's my
first
YouTube channel, guys.
19.99 videos and flex like voice
There's
acting
my YouTube
videos. A
channel.
lot of them are in.
That's at Elijah
Um,
TXX. That's my YouTube channel. You can follow
no,
me at
no,
subscribe to me.
no.
Basically unavailable. Trying to see how much approach. Okay, Jenny, that's a case where you can navigate a great deal of this on your own.
I need to make more
Genuinely.
I need additional decaf
It depends on what your drive is.
in my
Are you doing this for fun? Are you doing this because you
I
love
love
it?
it. I love it.
And if so, that's going to make you stick with it a whole lot
MJ,
easier
such a
when you don't
candid
have
answer for
extra people
for me
going
to
with
shout out
working
instead
with
of
you.
myself. That's too
At
many
least that's
decaf.
been my experience.
No, 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 no. There can't be too many decaf for the hamster. There could only there should be
Hello, Snow Shepherd.
oh welcome in.
Indeed, Angel. You are. It's all in your mind. Lady Wrights is the only streamer in this stream. All the other voices is just Lady Wrights doing voice acting.
If only I was like,
That's so true. I'm the Lady Rights. Hi.
yeah, dude, I am not that good.
Absolutely.
Finally, finally, we got, we made forced her to speak
There we go.
in our, in, by
Lady Wrights, welcome in.
by by pretending to be her. That's how we did it. You guys are
No, 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 no. I just found that amusing.
Lady
No, I
Right.
have to contain cats because they think it's a good idea to throw a fit right behind me. They're trying to go after each
Oh,
other.
they do do that. That's
There you go.
interesting.
See, an angel is awesome. Angel would be a good person to work with because Angel's not looking for. She won't be trying to do the things. Uh, she won't be trying to step in and tell you how to write your book. She'll just be trying to help you get through your book and get it done. Angel would be a good partner. Janine.
And
Hmm.
my critique partner, my longtime critique partner, has been under so many deadlines in the past, couple of years that they haven't
All right,
been able
whoever.
to be my accountability partner for a while.
Hmm.
Hopefully, she get a new one.
But an accountability partner is a little bit different than writer
Yeah,
friends.
no, it is. It is absolutely, and
I am.
it's different than critique partner as well.
Yeah.
We're not really critique partnering each other anymore because now we have editors to do that. But
Hmm.
um, but yeah, they used to be the person who saw every single chapter right after I wrote it.
Bye, Panda.
Hi,
Oh,
Shelly.
Shelly. Shelly
I
has
confused you
left
called her
us
Panda for a
with
second.
Shelly has left us with a treat. Um, oh, here it is. Oh wait, why? Oh, that won't go in this layout. Oh, I
Mm.
got rid of that gift layout. Okay, that's all right. I can make it go this way. This is a gift from Shelly, if in fact you view it as such.
Mm.
If you don't, sorry.
Oh, okay. Hey, Panda.
If you're in my stream and want to know
uh,
what MJ is talking about, you can go watch Kaya from Genshin Impact dance for a few
yeah, he'll
moments.
have his whole original Threes team dancing with him soon too. It's not just a solo dance.
Hi, Shelly.
Gift technically for Kaya specifically because it's his birthday. Oh my god, you're right, it is.
Is it November 30th or something?
Wow. It's true. It is his birthday. And for those who are still playing Genshin Impact, if you have not C6'd your Kaya, he is in the shop tomorrow, every June and December. He is in the Star Glitter shop. You too can work on having a triple crowned C6 Kaya like I do.
All right, so what?
You know,
Oh,
if that's something you
hi.
want to do.
Are you two done fighting?
Probably never done fighting is my guess.
Mm. They spend much more time in the kennel when they act like little fools.
Mm. I should also let me see. My mind is blanking all of a sudden because I haven't seen him in so long. The person who gifted me this, whoa, what is wrong with me? Somebody save me from myself. Wait, I'm gonna have to go look it up because my mind is just like totally blanking. But this is important. It is important for me to wait. I remembered it before I looked.
Mm.
Let's make sure I'm spelling his name right. It's been a really long time since I saw this person.
And there's my baby acting like a baby. That's much better than acting like the terrorist.
There it is. Oh, it also says the person who made it, but that's not Eviel who gave it to me. BJ
Okay,
Gauntlet
that should be vastly improved on my end,
and Eviel.
at least on my stream.
Hold on, I want to.
You can't chew on that. It's not food. And this is why I was muted in the Discord.
Wrong.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Random conversations with any one of 7 cats. It's great.
If you guys enjoyed the dancing Kaya team video, the person who gifted it to me is Evial, and he has a lot of those on his stream typically. So if you like that kind of thing, he's someone that you might want to follow. And he gave that to me as a gift.
Or you could just follow him because MJ said so. That works.
I will tell you in advance, he is a waifu collector extraordinaire. Plays a lot of gachas, collects a lot of waifus, and is partial to characters who wield the power of Electro or whatever you want to call it in the various gachas that include that as an elemental power.
The purple one.
The purple one, exactly. He's a fan of the purple one. So he will collect all his purple wielding waifus, and so if you like those too, there's a place for you. So what are you up to today, Decaf and Lady Wrights? What are your productivity plans?
So my plan today is just to work on only one video. Normally the hardest video to work on because it requires the most intensive focus is always the beginning of a Let's Play series, right? So I'm only doing one video today, and then I'll leave the rest for another day because there's another project I want to work on in terms of productivity, which is finish the directory for all the voice acting that I've done for Reverse 1999. Specifically with my voice acting group, I've already gone through the list of what I was doing by myself in terms of side stories and anecdotes. So now I'm working on the ones that include my friends. So it's gonna be a mix of that and Minecraft breaks and a little bit of a timer so that I like just do it. Because I try to do it off stream, and I find every time I do it off stream, I always find something else
Hello,
to do.
girls.
Whether or not that's productive remains to be seen. Let's just say that you put on a podcast, you think that's gonna be something that allows you to keep your hands busy, but then you're like, after listening to that podcast, I could switch over and watch an anime, like 8 episodes of an anime, or the latest season of Stranger Things, and I can probably still move my hands while I do that, right? No.
Yeah. This is where we get into the whole accountability thing.
Yeah. So doing it on stream, even if it's not visible on stream, is a way to keep myself accountable.
100%. The girls.
The girls. Oh, maybe the girls. I finally got it. I'm slow. Got it. Welcome in, first time chatter. Also,
I can't put you down yet. At the moment, my plans are to contain Chaos Kitties.
That is.
You can't sit here and argue with me, Jasmine.
Extraordinary task, not for the weak.
Right. So don't look at her. She's making you unhappy. Don't look at her. Sorry. Hello, Echo. How are you doing?
That's the same advice that the Decaf was giving me about social media this morning, basically. If it's making you unhappy, don't look at it.
Yep. You can schedule a million things on social media and not completely disappear from social media as far as everybody else goes. Oh, it's amazing. You turn the fur child around. Yes.
I still think that maybe
2 of the voice.
Step way back from threads, but
2 of the voices you're hearing right now, girls, is our authors, published or about to be published. And Angel is also a writer, and so is Echo. We got a lot of creatives in this community. It's amazing. If you stop looking at the sisters driving you nuts, you won't get grumpy.
Book that's coming out in March. If you're interested in
Hmm.
that, but Lady Writes has already written and published like 65 books or something like that. So,
Oh, awesome!
what
What
kind
do
of
you
books?
write?
While we're waiting for that answer, I'll elaborate on one social media thing where I get weekly emails from my publisher, from the like publicity team for
Very
my
cool.
publisher with like social
I
media
don't.
tips.
I'm a
But one
sci-fi
of them
author typically.
to fantasy romance. Go go go. Um, good for you. And one of them was to spend a certain amount of time, like dedicate a certain amount of time to interacting with and commenting on Instagram posts from other authors in my oeuvre, because they were like Instagram rewards, organic. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not interactions, but it's similar. Wow, I need brain this morning. Maybe interactions just will have to do. Engagement. That's the word. Rewards organic engagement. So they were like, so like I feel like I do need to participate. However, I don't need to be on threads at all. I just need to. I'm using Instagram as my main social media outlet, and for right now, for as a writer, and I don't need to be ranting on threads. So, girls, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the GSU Nation. Welcome, welcome, and you might also want to follow the Lady Writes.
That is awesome, girls. I think the girls is already following me. You should follow Decaf though. Hello, and
Yeah, okay, that's what I was.
Elena Cat.
Oh wait, did girls come from your chat in the first place? Perhaps.
Maybe.
I don't know why you keep saying their name like that. It's clearly daggers, right?
The girls.
Yeah, let's change it to daggers. Daggers. The girls should carry the daggers.
The girls are good with the stabbing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, please get there to the top of your chat and follow the wonderful Elena Cat right here, right now.
That is awesome, Angel.
Because when I logged in, I was in
Australia?
I believe. Australian server. So our Minecraft realm, whoever logs in first, it like defaults to their like closest, or what it thinks is their closest and best server. Sometimes the choices are interesting. Like Sarlacc is in South Africa, and it chooses Brazil's server for him every time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if I log in and it's Victoria, Australia, I'm like, Elena's here.
What servers
If I log in and it's Hong Kong, I say, Decaf logged in first.
I think
But
they're
another
going
case
to.
in point, Decaf does not live in Hong Kong, so it defaults to Hong Kong server for whatever reason.
What? No, I'm clearly British.
For me, it defaults to a server in North Carolina. But for people on the other side of the country, it defaults to a different server. So it's like you can kind of tell who's already on, or at least who was there first when you log in.
South Carolina.
Yeah, right. Those are the two coasts
of America. Yeah.
Yeah. North Carolina on one side and South Carolina on the other. That's not true, you guys. The
yeah.
East and
Obviously,
West
it's East and
South
West Coast
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we have East Carolina and West Carolina.
And
Those
West
are the real
Carolina. This is an important geography lesson for those of you not from the U.S. You might want to check out East and West Carolina. A series of 7 books. My goodness.
You're on the third.
Okay.
So you're working on getting the first of the series out. Do you have a timetable for all six? Or for all six afterwards? It the story might be told in 5, it might be told in 12. You just never know with a series.
You'll
Right.
one by one.
Do you have like a timetable since you seem to have you're on your third, you have the first 2 done. Are you going to publish them like 2 months apart, 6 weeks apart? Ah, well that makes sense.
So right now, are you like raising money for like saving money to publish book one? Is that where, or did you already publish it? It seemed like you said if I'm remembering, my short-term memory is poor. That you said that you were publishing your first one. Process of publishing your first one. Got it. Ah, I see.
Well, this is the right place to come.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
got a few out myself. Although I'm doing something reckless.
just a couple, just here and there.
I am doing something reckless with this next release.
Oh, are you? What are you doing?
Well, I've been reworking this rewrite now for months, and I am sick and tired of looking at it. So we're launching a brand new pen name in the 4th quarter with no advanced prep at all. All the things you don't do, by the way, do not follow this one as an example.
What she says, not what she does, I think is what we're hearing.
Yes, at least in this case. The good news is the second book will have plenty of prep and lead up, and it'll be much prettier process, and
the girls, the lady writes. If you're just meeting her now today, the lady writes is a great resource for indie authors because she's published so many books and is so generous with her time and resources and advice. So I definitely recommend following her in general and checking out what she's doing, checking out her work, and I will be less useful to you in this regard because I'm getting traditionally published. However, I am here for camaraderie and and accountability and whatever else you need as a writer. And but I won't be able to be as helpful to you as Lady Writes. Lady Writes is spectacular and that Lady Writes is spectacular. You're doing traditional publishing through your publishers?
Then why do you have to come up with any money?
Why? Yeah, you shouldn't. Publishing is free. Traditional publishing is free for the author.
Yeah, if somebody else is publishing for you, you don't come out of pocket for a dime.
Yeah, if they're charging you money, I'm a little worried, the girls.
I'm more than a little worried.
Hybrid situation, but I would assume in a hybrid, there's like a sharing of that cost, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But you should not be paying someone else to publish your book, generally speaking. In traditional publishing, the publisher is the one taking all the financial risk on the book, and is part of why it's so. There's so many hoops to jump through to get a book published that way. Why you have to have an agent, and your agent has to submit you to editors and stuff because the publishers. Oh, you are doing indie, but you're
Okay. Phew.
Okay. Whew,
Working contract how? Like, who are you contracted with?
Yeah, I wonder about that too.
I apologize. I don't know about the best No Shepherd. Main author publishing.
I just want to make sure you're not getting taken for a ride at all.
That's where my brain is too.
Cooperative style publisher.
Okay, they look like a hybrid.
Yeah, they do look like a hybrid. Hopefully they're like a good, I would assume that the way some of the predatory vanity publishers get away with what they're doing is they manage to look like a hybrid, but hopefully this is for real a hybrid.
The problem is that there's hybrid and there's Vanity Press, and they overlap so much as far as the way people look at it.
Right.
Okay.
It is.
It
Local publisher to you. Oh, okay, that's better. That makes me feel better. They're local to you.
Well, and by the looks of it, you're both shouldering the process as it should be. They should be helping direct you, get you set up. They should be the ones standing in front of the organization process so that you understand what you're doing. Hypothetically, a good hybrid will make sure that you do know what they're doing along the way so that you have the ability, theoretically, to do it on your own if you so decided to. But why would you if they're doing a good job? Kind of a thing.
I would assume they're also are they doing distribution for you?
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
You through the whole process, very communicative. Okay, good. And also, we don't mean to be like alarmist or anything. There's a lot of
Scammers.
There's a lot of scammers out there taking advantage of writers who so desperately want to get their work out into the world, and they make a lot of promises
Mm-hmm.
and are scams, or even just like quasi scams. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they might kind of do what they say they're doing, but like not well, and charging you too much for it, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's just it can be a little. It's just a tough industry to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
I think, or it can be. I mean, traditional publishing is a tough industry to navigate in totally different ways.
Yeah. And
So,
that's why we have the podcast coming up.
yeah. Oh, right. This is a good time to talk about. We have a podcast that we've already been working on, and where Katrina and I will be talking about our experiences. She in indie publishing, me in traditional publishing, and with a view towards being helpful to anyone and informative for anyone who wants to be an author, and to kind of help you make decisions about how you want to go about that for yourself. Because there's lots of good reasons to choose either path. And we have our own reasons for choosing the paths we did, and I think for both of us we've figured out where we think we're on the right one for us,
And neither one of us would. Yeah, you've been. It is a crazy fun process. Once you get through it the first time, I know MJ's going through a thing like that, trying to stay on top of deadlines and stuff.
I am.
But once you get through it and you're looking at it, it's kind of, this is going to sound terrible, but it's kind of like birthing a child. The process is difficult and challenging, but when you get to the other side and you're holding your baby in your hand, it's all worth it.
Speaking of, okay, I said this yesterday on stream, but you weren't here, Lady Wrights. So I was Mr. GSC, like when I promise this has something to do with the writing when I get to the end of the story, and I'll try to make it as short as I can. Mr. GSC went away with like took his mom on a trip at Thanksgiving, and
Right?
I was home like working on my manuscript. It was dream come true, amazing. Um, but when he came back, he was coming back with more things than he left with. So when he was coming home, um Friday evening, I went downstairs to help him bring his stuff up. And as I was walking through the foyer to our apartment building, I was like, oh, there's a bunch of packages here because the door hasn't been working well properly. So they're just like leaving them, all the packages. So Mr. GSC often orders things that I don't know he ordered. So I thought I'll just check here and see if there's anything for him. And I'm looking through the packages. And then I see one that's for MJ Beasy from Page Street Publishing with a small package. And I was like, what? And I picked it up, and it seemed like there was like one book in it. And I was like, I wonder why they would send me one book, because I mean, I
Your
did
proof.
just request some more arcs because, but like I requested it right before the holiday, and I don't know why they would send me just one. I opened it up. It's the book. It's the real book. It's the
Even better.
hardcover. Uh,
That is so awesome.
uh,
That is
there's
awesome.
pictures. There's pictures in my on my Discord, in my Clubhouse. If you join my Discord, my little personal Clubhouse is called MJ Core Meltdown. If you scroll a little bit down, you can find it. But I have photos I took. It's beautiful. I'm especially a fan of the blue. So I knew what the jacket was going to look like because obviously I was in on that whole thing. They were sending me things for approval the entire time, and so I knew what the full jacket was going to look like. Though actually seeing it in person is really something.
Hmm.
Um, but I didn't have any idea what the like book inside was going to look like the actual like hardcover. And it's this pretty blue with like this purple foil print in on the spine that like shines, like when light goes on it, it looks like pink and purple together. It's so beautiful. Um anyway, there's picture. I guess I can app on screen.
Right, the one on screen right now is it's just the title of the title cover of the book, but the pictures
Yeah,
MJ is
that's like
talking
the.
about is of the actual like
Oh,
hardcover and
let me
stuff.
just show you. Yeah, I got one. They sent me one. Now I get, it's not like the one. I think they must have just got them in at the office and sent me one because I contractually get a bunch, um, in a box that will eventually come.
Um,
But I would
very
assume much
cool.
closer to launch, I will get that. But anyway, look at how pretty that spine is there. I didn't know what that was gonna look like.
That is so cool.
But there it
Mm.
is. I put it. I also took a
There's
picture
at
of it
least
next to
one
the
library in
hardcover.
Illinois that will be carrying your book.
Ah, if you just requested it at your library, thank you so much. Or well, wait, you don't. You like work there, right?
I do work there.
That helps.
The girls. I believe that there is a writing. There's like an original writing channel on my Discord. Anyway, I was thrilled to see this. Look, Mr. GSC is published now too because he took this photo and has the photo credit on the.
That
So
is
he's
awesome.
a published photographer now
So does he want
in
to
this book.
fly out here and take my pictures? Because that's a really good picture. I need some good
Oh, he's
professional
a
shots.
wonderful photographer. Well, the reason that he went on his trip was to buy a camera from a guy. But then he turned it into a Thanksgiving trip where he took his mom to Atlantic City and they had a great time. Um, this is the inscription actually on my book for anyone wondering. I took a picture of it because it's kind of what the book is about. I'll read it out loud for anyone who needs me to. For every young person questioning their existence in a world determined to erase them, you're here, you're real, and you're spectacular. that was my, and then I took a picture of it next to the arc to see, and it's so interesting to me to see how. So obviously, the printing is on a different type of surface, like the hard, the arc is a paperback, and then the hardcover obviously has like that, like semi. I guess it's matte, but it still has like a little bit of. It's not glossy, but it's like maybe like a
Hi, pretty girl.
semi matte. I don't know what you call it, because it's not as matte as the
No
paperback
terrorizing
cover.
your siblings.
And I was interested to see how differently the colors printed on one versus the other. Like that the colors are like everything's lighter and brighter on the
Mm-hmm.
hardcover. Slight difference in size, which I assumed would be the case, and it was just cool to look at them side by side. I can't believe I have it. Anyway, that's that was a feeling. I unwrapped I opened up the package while I was standing outside, like waiting for him to drive in, like for his car.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to wait
And I'm
either.
like, what is this? Yeah, I was outside in the dark, and I'm like, what is in here? And I opened it up, and that's what it was, and I was freaking out. Original pen, yes, that is what it's called, original pen. Alistair, welcome in, by the way.
I am hoping before the end of this conversation I will have pre-orderly. We'll see if that works. For the 2 weeks for the book that I am totally not doing right.
Oh, a link that you can share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it for me that's kind of like having the book sitting on the shelf, staring at me,
Right.
going, "Why is it not out there?" Just having a link. Nobody said I was normal, but I've been doing this long enough. It's just the way it works.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like okay when you're saying like things like when you're saying things like do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing. But also, you've been doing this long enough that I feel like you can decide to deviate from what you would normally consider the optimal norm, and
Oh, yeah.
have an idea and like know what you're doing.
Well,
Oh, Alistair, thank you
here's
so much for the follow.
the
Welcome to the
biggest
community.
challenge for me is that
Uh-huh.
with my ADHD thing or whatever else I've got going on,
Mhm.
if the book is not released, it's not done. Everything else can be done with it. I could have a good cover. I could have a great editor. I could have fabulous feedback. All the beautiful things, but the book is not out. It's not done. And this
Not
book has been
published.
out.
It doesn't exist
Right.
yet.
Yeah. So this will drive me absolutely batty and insane until it's out, and therefore it needs to get out yesterday.
Okay,
So
that is one of the best reasons I think that you could cite for not having gone into traditional publishing. Where literally you wait years.
What I have learned is that it would absolutely drive me insane to have to wait. I don't know if I had started my career and my brain was like, that's normal, you're fine, it's okay. It'll be a year and then another year and then another year. And
The bills
maybe
are
if
piling up.
Because especially once I started Stories on Fire or 31 Days, which I think it's going to go back to 31 Days because I'm just going to do it in January now. But when you start writing a short story every single day for a month,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
It adds up fast.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of, I can't believe that's coming up again. I actually have to start prepping for that. I should have started prepping for
There's
that
the
already.
nature of like, you've created too much and you're just trying to wait to release it. So you think, okay, I should stop creating for a bit, and then you find you've like burned away a lot of time not creating when you really want to, just because
Uh-huh.
you're waiting for it to publish.
Yeah,
I've
that
been
would
there.
not work in my brain.
Yeah.
Speaking of pre-orders, let me put mine up
Yes,
in the
please.
chat here. Um, I so okay. It has been requested that when I give pre-order links, that I link to all the major retailers, and so I have for my sales team. um, but I'm gonna say, you guys order from IndieBound if you're in the U.S. Order from IndieBound. Um, support your local indie bookstores. Or even better, like order from IndieBound, but also even better, request it at your local indie, so they'll see people are interested in it and carry it. Perhaps it makes a huge difference. Like even just one person requesting a book from their local independent bookstore um, can make a like an actual difference in um, what bookstores think they're like people want, and then um, that moves its way up to publishers and and editors and agents, and like eventually does have influence on like what stories get published, what books get published by
Also,
traditional publishing. So
go to your favorite
and request it at your
library.
library. Yes.
Just ask for them to stock it.
Yeah, no, please request it at your library. And ebooks are just as good. Like for the library, like if they get the digital copy, that's just as good as having one in print in the library, like for authors. Um, in terms of like uh, getting attention for it and having it like and they have to renew those licenses for the digital ones regularly. I think actually the hardcovers last longer though they don't last forever. So keep on requesting it, keep on reading it. Yeah, if you are overseas, Blackwell's is probably, if you're not in the UK or Canada. If you're in the UK or Canada, there are multitude of options. If you are overseas anywhere else, Blackwell's is probably your best chance for pre-ordering my book. Just FYI, in terms of availability and price, I believe.
Oh, thank you. Will do.
That is such a blessing, girls. That is wonderful.
Now, once you receive your copy of your book, go to the beach and then open the book on page 1 and then take a selfie.
And post it to social media, hashtag
Put it
MJBeezy.
on Instagram.
Specifically,
And
the
if you
beach
do
by the
that,
water.
I will randomly pick out anybody's name who has done that, and I will send them a pack of stickers.
Oh, Lady Wrights, you're so sweet.
So anybody who gets a print book and hashtags MJBeezy on whatever social media with the picture of their book, they get entered into a drawing for stickers. I will hand out stickers.
Wow.
We're working on getting a bunch
So
printed,
nice.
so I can do that.
Private picture account. Yeah.
You can do it anywhere. It could be at a cafe. It could be at a camp.
Doesn't have to be a
If you
beach.
walk
Doesn't have
in,
to be the beach.
bonus
Doesn't have to be the
points.
beach.
If you bonus
Anywhere.
points if you go into a Barnes and Noble or bookstore and take a picture there. We're not dropping hints or anything, but bonus points if you do.
Oh. There will also be eventually a pre-order campaign, but that is still a work in progress. I say pre-order it whenever you feel like it, and if you pre-ordered it and you didn't get in on the pre-order campaign, whatever it ends up being, let me know and I'll do a little something. I'll figure out something. I'll figure out a prize for people who pre-ordered. Yeah, because I don't actually know that we're still planning the pre-order campaign. Anyway, it is 7:21. I need to actually work on this because, okay, for those who don't know, who are new in here or whatever, um, the deal I got for this book, I Was Teenage Death God, was a 2-book deal. And the second book is due, my manuscript is due January 1st.
There's a
And
NetGalley link, right?
oh yeah, there is. If we hold on, yes, it is
Snow
available
Shepherd
on
was
NetGalley
saying
right
they
now.
wanted to read it early.
Yes. There is a NetGalley link. There it is. There it is. And also, if you are like a book influencer person, or you talk about books on your stream regularly or that kind of thing, and you would rather have a print arc, feel free to DM me and I'll put you, I have a running list with my publisher of people that I would like them to reach out to. They may or may not send them to everyone who I suggest, but I have been given a place in which to suggest such things. They have obviously a limited number of the print arcs, but you can, if you'll need to have like a platform where you talk about books a lot and have enough of an audience that they will think is worth sending out one of their print arcs to.
However, you can go to
I'm
NetGalley.
not in that. Yeah, you can go to NetGalley and sign up there.
And if you want to get it early, you can get it there. And it's always recommended if you are going to write about it somewhere. NetGalley is a wonderful resource for being able to obtain arcs early.
Yeah. It is. I'm not going to say anything to, like, I don't think it's okay for authors to try to influence reviews, but I will say these words, which I'm told are okay to say. If you like it, I really hope you'll leave a review.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it, leave a review.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything about that. That's not. I don't need to be. I don't need to be involved in conversations about that. Reviews are for readers, whatever. But if you enjoy the book, I hope you'll consider leaving a review.
And rate us 5 star. Rate MJ 5 stars on Apple and Spotify for the book. I think that's how it works, right?
You are yeah, on Spotify.
Totally. Actually, it might be, but that's a different thing.
Really? Do they have books on Spotify?
There is a section now for books, audiobooks.
Because are audiobooks on Spotify?
Uh-huh.
There's gonna be an audiobook, but I don't know. I don't think that it's the publisher has the audio rights. Like, we licensed that to the publisher. It was part of our contract.
I was just gonna ask.
I am not involved in that. I do know that there have been offers on the audiobook, so like there's going to be an audiobook, but I don't believe that I can at this time announce any details about that.
Right. The main character is going to be voiced by Christopher Walken.
That would
and
be
the main
awesome.
love interest will, of course, be Ted Danson.
What an interesting pairing that would be for this book. I may or may not, depending on how it turns out. We requested it, but we were told they can't guarantee it because depending on who the audio deal goes to. I requested consultation on the voice, but I may or may not get it. So, and I was worried that we were already past the time when that would have happened. I'm like, did I already miss out on this? Or did we already not do this? And my agent was like, actually, that kind of stuff tends to happen closer, like closer to launch, surprisingly. So I would expect
audiobooks take so much time.
January or so. I suppose they have when they get into this like very professional space with it, that they do them pretty quickly. I don't know, but anyway. I don't know. I'm not involved at this time. But when I know more about where it'll be available as an audiobook, I will obviously let people know. But it will be available. In-house readers, yeah. Well, and they tend to have like a pool of
Hmm.
voice actors and narrators that they go to regularly. And there's I know that so my MC is non-binary. They do have a regular pool of non-binary voice actors that they tend to go to for um, YA books with a non-binary lead like mine. Um, so I won't be surprised if it ends up being like one of those people who have read a bunch of them.
Hmm.
But I also at this time have no information about it. And when I've had friends who had approval on the voices, they usually were sent like 3 voice samples of like 3 people like different actors reading their like some a portion of their book that they could give feedback on. And it's consultation, not approval. I think they don't have to do what you want, but they might ask my opinion. We'll find out. We'll see. Um, but either way, yeah, I think they have like a stable of regular people that they tend to go to for those things, and I suppose they have a system, and I think that it probably is faster than I think like with like on some places like Amazon, like there are ways that people can kind of sign up
Hmm.
to do audiobooks, but I think that's not necessarily professionals. So,
Well,
it
typically
probably does
speaking, they
take
should be as
longer.
long as
They
they should
should
be as
be.
long as it's been around.
Yeah.
But yes, you'll get some people who
Um,
are just sitting in their closet and not with the right setup.
right.
But you'll know that in the previews. Fiverr, you can
Do you get to?
actually
Oh, so if you
you'd be surprised,
have you
huh?
done this and have you done this and had to like turn people like do you get to say like no
You do get
on
the
your own
option
book
to say
when
no, or
you're
you could do what I
self-publishing
do,
it?
which I don't recommend, is ghost them.
Uh,
The right thing to do is to say, I
it
don't think that
seems
you're a
the right
good
thing to
fit.
do is to say no. Yeah.
But when you are already
Some of us are
adverse
conflict
to,
averse.
yeah, they figure it
I
out.
guess I guess again, like I'm in the this is a thing where like being a traditionally published makes it a little easier for me because I don't have to do any of that like directly
Mhm,
at all. Like even if they send me voices for like the consultation, if I get to give my opinion, like I'm
mhm.
not giving it directly to the voice actors. Like
Right.
I'm giving it to the publisher, and they do what they're gonna do, and none of it comes from me.
Hmm.
Um, so just like when if I now I have never had a single conflict with my editor or my publisher at all. But also I was not the one who had to negotiate my contract. And that did go on for a long time, and I think was not combative, but certainly my agent had things that they were that he wanted that he fought really hard for. But if I ever had a conflict with anybody, I would just go to my agent. My agent would have to be the bad cop, you know? My
A-
agent would have to be the one having the uncomfortable conversation.
And that is the difference between indie and traditional.
Yes.
they they pay out
And
big
as
bucks
a
for that
conflict
stuff,
averse
and
person,
I
I'm
don't.
really glad. Yeah. Well, big bucks, a percentage, a small percentage, but I'm happy to do it because I don't want to do any of that stuff, and I wouldn't be good at it either. Yeah, and I have my agent is very editorial for sure. Um,
Mhm.
pay them to have lunch with people, but man, do they do it right? Yeah, no, they sure do. uh, the editor of my publisher chose for my book. That is what's super smooth. I'm so glad. I love my editor too. I've had an amazing experience with them, and they're also non-binary, which like really, as are a bunch of people at the public, like a bunch of the people that I've worked with so far at the publisher have been like me, and that's nice. um,
So on the topic of the book
of
here,
writing.
it's time for MJ to get to writing.
yeah, I'm gonna do writing sprints. You guys feel free to join me if you please, if you want to, and otherwise,
That's awesome.
if you want, like Decaf and Lady Writes, maybe doing other things, their streams might be more interesting to watch while I'm doing the writing sprints. And everyone wants to do
Uh,
your second book, yay! But it's not ready. Oh, I
uh,
feel that. That's why I gotta. Um. Anyway, I'm gonna put on my playlist, and I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna set a timer for. I have been doing 20-minute sprints, but I feel like I need to go back to 30-minute. Um, for a little bit, especially since I spent so long not writing already today because I was enjoying talking to my friends.
As you do.
So I'm gonna set a 30-minute timer. I'm gonna put on my sign, and I'm going in.
If
Thank you for
anybody
the
is,
special team lady rights, and thank you for the follow from the girls. Much appreciated.
I did just post the cover for the book I am finishing, or I am getting out. If it kills me, onto pre-order today, and to my book partner. This is the current cover release. I do not expect this to be the standing cover. I was it's not, I don't have the back done. But this is the pen name. It is temporary. It will come out in the first book, and then they're going to get a full overhaul because I don't know how to make that work for a 3-book series. I think it does the job well. Don't get me wrong. I guess hypothetically, I could just change the color and use the same color. Put it in Discord, Angel. You know, I always appreciate your feedback. Or I hope you know that. I could just change the color from red to purple to blue or something like that. Thank you for the follow, Snow Shepherd. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the book. I could. I'm not going to keep this up indefinitely because my brain will do the nitpicky thing, and I'll start trying to fix it again. It doesn't get a book out. Constantly fixing it. Which is why I've decided it's just going to come out with this thing, whether I want it to or not.
Right. Difference in editing for the sake of grammatical errors and syntax, and editing for the sake of rewriting the entire story.
Which I've already done with this story, so there's that.
Mhm.
Angel, could you send me a quick message? Because for whatever reason, I can't find you on the Discord chat for whatever reason, and I don't get that.
Yeah, I'm just talking about you and I doing other things.
Yeah.
I'm just playing Minecraft right now. I'm on my productivity break.
Oh, good. So you can be the entertainer, and I will be
Part of it,
I will be able to theoretically focus, and I know that the chat will be good.
Feel free.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're looking at this chat, you might maybe recognize already what I'm doing up here in Minecraft. So
Mhm.
I'm not an artist by any means, but I like math. So since I can't do art with just my art skills, in Minecraft it is multiplication, addition, and general principles of like mapping things out by grid. So I have a tool here from Snow Shepherd that I'm using to recreate MJ's book cover, and it is already coming along. We are now working on the title on the cover on the top of the screen here, on top of the mural. I've done this maybe once before without like a template online. You can see above it there's MJ's emote, the one you saw in the writing command just now. MJ with a knife. Again, it's just math. Uh, the first two times I did it, I used like online text art that was pre-created, so like Knuckles and Luigi, pretty famous video game like pixel characters from way back when, so that was easier. Instead, with this one, I took a blown up image of the cover and MJ's emote, and then I applied a grid to it, dividing it into 5x5 sections. So here we are, just like making it a reality in a video game.
Very cool.
This is my break. This is what I do for fun. I
I should.
decided that I wouldn't be. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just say I should picture the two of you on my screen. I like the way you have that set up with MJ.
Decided I can only do one picture-in-picture at a time. I could probably do a thing where I have everyone's screen next to each other, but that would take a little bit more of a setup. So if we do this more regularly, I'll be sure to do that. That's just the multi-stream link essentially, and I just finagle the filters to crop out the chat. To those who aren't aware, I'm the producer of the podcast. That's who I am.
Yes.
I'm not an author. Whenever I keep talking about relating to lady rights with publishing and like getting stuff out there, I'm talking about video editing. I am not I'm not an author. I am a video editor and streamer.
And a professional podcast producer.
Yes.
Very good at it.
As soon as the podcast comes out, that'll actually be true. Now, as with any creative endeavor that I do, a lot of what I'm doing here in Minecraft is fueled by my friends. Not just inspiration for making mural in the sky, but literally the resource I'm using in the game, the glass, is collected mostly by my friends. I'll do the dyeing and everything, but they are nice enough to help me collect everything I need so that, unlike a real art tool, I can't just like, change the color of my brush or whatever artists do. I have to actually go out in the game of Minecraft and go collect glass and flowers and things. So this is a multiplayer realm that
it is
MJ
nice.
and the others play on. It is nice, yes. Go ahead, sorry.
And it is nice, girls, to have a place to just chalk writing. This is what we do here. This is what we have fun with.
You're always welcome to join. MJ and I do these productivity streams every Sunday around this time. Lady Writes, Lady Writes, I'm always unsure of when exactly you stream. I just know that you stream at night for me. I don't always know the date.
I don't, honestly, I would like to get back on a regular schedule. I haven't been for a couple of months now, which is not my thing, but typically I am 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. When everything is going right, Monday through Saturday or Sunday through Friday, depending on the week.
Right.
And that's Central Standard Time. I'm a very early riser.
So that would be settled, I think, 2 hours Behind or ahead of Eastern?
I'm an hour behind.
You're an hour behind. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So you start around the same time then.
Yep, typically.
Typically, yeah. That's kind of what I figured when I see when you start your streams. Although daylight savings has messed with me a little bit.
As it does everybody.
Yeah. Thoughts and illustrations? Very much welcome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've got a couple of books where I am partnering with an artist to do exactly that. They're not out yet, but they will be. I actually want to talk
It's
to
also
Hanabi.
important.
Is that something you think Hanabi would be open to?
Illustrations for your book. Unfortunately, I think Hanabi would not be open to it. Not because Hanabi wouldn't be excited about the project, but Hanabi isn't confident enough in his skills to do it like what in their mind would be professionally. They actually closed their commissions recently for that reason. But you
Oh,
can always reach out and ask,
but
if
I
they're
love
willing.
their work.
I do too, yeah.
Yeah, if you can get an artist, I can recommend an artist if you'd like. They will have commissions open in about a week. It will be short-term commissions as far as I'm aware, but if you would like to see an artist, I can recommend one since my other one is not open.
That being said, if you do want to check out, oh, that's sorry, that's the wrong one. My bad, my bad. Let's see. If you do want to check out Hanabi's art, here's the link.
You will be glad
I
you
didn't even
did.
know there was a Ko-Fi stream bot on your stream.
There is.
There you go. You can check out Hanabi's art over there. Hanabi created the emote, that mural that I made above this one. So this one over here, together with Damon Koala. So the general outline and the concept for it was made by Hanabi, and then Koala cleaned it up and made an emote in MJ's chat. I believe it's available here. Oh, right. I'm not currently subscribed to MJ, I don't, so I can't show it to you guys.
I just dropped a link for Kitten Sapphire. And Hanabi and Kitten Sapphire have both created emotes for my chat. And I really, really love their artwork. They're really, really gifted and really know what they're doing. They have very different styles, but I love both of them. My two animated emotes are Hanabi, and most of my others are Kitten. But I didn't know, I knew Kitten when I started streaming. I didn't know Hanabi, or they probably may be more 50-50. Where is my own chat? I don't have mine.
There you go. MJ posted it.
There we go.
In the middle of a sentence, but I vaguely heard the conversation. I heard it seemed like, oh wait, I think Decaf's trying to post this.
Okay. Those are both Hanabi and Kitten in my chat that they've both done. Hanabi being the two animated ones, and Kitten being the other three. I wanted a baby animal zoo of emotes when I first started streaming. So Kitten gave me baby animals. And they're so cute.
But yeah, I'm just doing this in Minecraft during my break here, waiting for my video to render so that I can post it to YouTube on the morrow. I decided today that I would just do one video on stream because I am planning to do more editing off stream after, and I want to finish up on the directory for all the voice acting projects I've done. So that'll be something I'll be doing here, and I'll probably not show it on screen because I really just want to, what do you call this, have it be ready and finished by the time I'm like showing it to people. it is mostly just spreadsheets and thumbnails. But hey, that's math for you.
Inexhaustible Media is growing. We've got some fun stuff I'm working on. And Angel, thank you so much for the feedback. You gave me exactly the information I needed. The one question, do you think I should switch the title and the series title? Like, I keep debating, like the series title is Shadow Hearts. But the book title is Magic Eater. Should I switch those? Of course, it won't really matter because the front cover is not... You do think I should switch? Okay. Keep going back and forth on that. 15 minutes. I should do this. It is crazy how files don't get uploaded if I don't focus. I should do this. It should also...
Welcome in, Lee Laird Moonmeadow. Right. They might think that Shadow Hearts is the title of the book and Magic Eater is the series.
Mm-hmm.
First name Bond, last name James.
Okay. Easy fix. My first series, the one actually did really well, but not a recommendation. My very first series title is the Zarok Birth of an Empire series. And the first book is the beginning. Do not do that. But that was my first one.
Well, could have worse. You could have named it the opening. And then named what you thought was the last book, the end, and then realized that you had more story to write.
Actually, yes.
Oh, man.
And then I pushed that title back to the fourth book. And then there was a fifth book.
Whoops.
Because it was the beginning, consequences, the fall, it ends, and then Seeds of Revenge. I planned on that being a trilogy.
It did not end up being a trilogy.
No. And I still have so many more stories to tell in that universe. And then I found a way to link that one to so many others. So I think Battle of Guardians sounds good, is what I was saying.
Right.
All right. What time is it? I am almost at the point where I can do strange things like take my medicines that will make me focus. It doesn't actually make me focus. It just gives me the ability to not have all the things running around my head at once.
That's called focus. You're describing
It's only focus if you attempt to direct it somewhere. It's not focused if you
Hmm.
still attempt to direct it everywhere, which I have been known to do.
There's always two sides to hyperfixation. It's uh, focusing on one thing and eliminating distractions. You gotta have both.
Hmm. That is awesome. What is your pitch, girls? What is your description, your book description? Or a series description? So, again, there you. Really? Oh, I thought I muted myself on my stream. I did not. Oops. Nice. I like that one. Maybe let me think about it. I kind of like the font, but if I'm just flipping the title of font or the title around with the series title, I'll probably just use the same fonts, I think, for simplicity's sake. But when it's time to sit down and start redesigning the series covers, believe me, I will be picking your brain. Vestra, the guardian of fire, who betrayed the original guardian of nature, and happens to be the ancestor of the new guardian. In a battle of wills, Sage, the new guardian, needs to face all the odds and balance the elements back into their original state to save the land she loves.
It's a good description.
It is. Now I'm going to ask you both the same question. Pick two popular medias that you can relate your book to or your series to. For example, Ghostbusters meet Romeo and Juliet. Two things people would know that you could remotely draw from. Both would indicate chaos in this case. So what would you find comparable to your story? Pick two things you think your story could be comparable to. Okay. Okay, but how if you were trying to pitch that to somebody, so you've given me your descriptions, so you would say, think uh, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, or think what, Angel? Generally, you want to think of at least two that are comparable in some manner. I'm glad then that you read the book, and I'm glad that you're writing, because our inspiration comes from so many places. It's absolutely beautiful. And then some of us get to the point where we don't need the inspiration anymore. We just write. But I think that comes with time. I don't think many of us start with that inspiration for anything that we're creative with. But I could be wrong, Decaf. Did you just start editing videos so beautifully just without any inspiration or drive or reason to do so?
Oh no, absolutely not. Definitely like mimicking other styles and seeing what works and seeing what fits my own personal editing style until I get my own um, process. And even now, it is still evolving, right? As I'm
Mm-hmm.
now working on the podcast and recently became an official content creator for Reverse 1999.
You
My
did
mindset has also
officially?
changed with those things. Yeah, yeah, last month. I did. Oh, you weren't aware.
Mm-mm.
Yep. I'm an official content creator for the game Reverse 1999 now. And so I create videos for them professionally, which is really cool to say.
That is
uh,
awesome.
so I get paid a certain amount every month or so just to like do videos on the game I already love anyway.
That is beautiful. I am so happy for you.
But yeah, being signed on as a content creator for that game, as well as uh, someone who's not creating for your podcast, has like evolved my mindset again from where I was 2 years ago when I started like editing seriously. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's always a shifting point
Mm-hmm.
that changes like where you are based on just copying other people's styles or absorbing other people's um, inspiration, and
Mm-hmm.
then kind of figure out where you are, and then applying that uh, if you're doing it regularly, and if you're ever as lucky as me, uh, doing it professionally.
I'm not sure it's
It
just
is
luck. You were driven and you did the things, and it's a beautiful thing when you can connect that into success.
Mhm.
I don't think it's just luck. I think you did all the work and it happened.
It's a mix of two things, I guess. It can be both.
Why does he keep not liking you silly machine? Sorry.
This video render is taking longer than usual. Oh, and it just finished. Okay. As I said that.
Also, why is it?
Alright, but today I'm only working on one video. I'm going to focus on the directory for the voice acting. So I'm gonna have. What would be better visually? Just my face on screen, or should I still have Minecraft on there? Even though I won't be
Neil
moving in
Gaiman's
Minecraft.
Neil Gaiman's Coraline F. Paul Wilson Soft and others. Okay. And
Good
what
choice.
is your pitch, Snow Shepherd? What is your description, your book or series description?
My timer's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it made me go look at my
Whoa,
chat.
am I fast?
It's
Your
popping up
time
in
is
my
up,
chat
MJ.
and triggering all the kitty sounds.
Time is up.
How'd you do?
Okay. About 200 words, which is like not a lot for 30 minutes, but also it's the beginning of a chapter, and I was struggling to intro the chapter, so like was struggling to get into it. So it's actually not bad when I consider that, and it should get easier from here.
That's what we all say.
Like, right now, the thing that I'm kind of trying to work through is keeping the tension of the main story going while also allowing for some nice little like emotional moments that aren't necessarily related to the main story. And like just making sure that I don't drop the one that I don't lose the plot while I'm enjoying the romance, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially because like so I don't know, I don't want to spoil people for I Was Teenage Death God. Stuff happens in that book.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sequel, which hasn't actually been officially announced, so I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be saying that. But here we are. Like the deal was announced, but it didn't say what the second book in the deal was going to be. But some people get together in the first book, and they're still together, and I want that to be nice, while also dealing with the life and death situations that are going on, because it's contemporary fantasy, and obviously everyone's going to die if we don't,
When people break up, that's the end of most stories, right?
Yeah, well, okay. People didn't break up here, but I actually was gonna originally do that. Someday I'll talk about what I was originally gonna do in this book, and then and I outlined it for my editor. And my editor was like, for reasons that I won't say because that'll give away too much, was like, I don't know how much I like this, for this, and like their points were good. Like I had to agree that it would change the tone of the book maybe a little too much from the first one. Like like maybe be a little too dark. So I made a different choice. I said, okay, well, what if we did this? And they liked that suggestion, and I am also liking it a lot. I like it a lot more. You know, when you work with a good editor, what you notice is, you know, like they're gonna tell you about things they think don't work, but they're not gonna tell you how to fix it necessarily. And they like that's still up to you to like say, hey, well, what about this and what about this? If you, I feel like when I work with someone who's really really understands my work and is a really just excellent collaborative editor, that I end up liking where we end up better than where I was before. Like better than like I like after the feedback, I like the book more, and I feel like that's when you know you have the right editor.
Good
I've always felt
morning,
that way
Shy.
when my
Welcome
agent
back.
has done editorial passes on my work, and sorry, Lady Rights.
You're fine. Sorry. I
No,
need to
it
remember to
happens
mute
with
myself.
these. No, you don't need to. I just we always are when we're talking as multiple chats too. We're always gonna end up like accidentally talking over each other sometimes. Um, let's see. The girl says I'm nervous about book 3 because that one's super dark. Lots of bad things happen. I think it's fine for lots of bad things happen. I think that it I don't I think my editor's feeling about this was that the first book, even though it is quite dark, also maintains like a fun, adventurous feel throughout, even when it's dark and everyone's gonna die. And they want to make sure it still feels like that in the second book, that there's still like a sense of fun and whimsy
Right.
along with the darkness. And so I agree that the thing I was gonna do was gonna was gonna make that really difficult. So I think that this is better. Cavaliac, welcome in. I think I'm gonna take a quick like breaky break to like get up and
Oh,
pet the cat.
I guess we'll take the break at the same time then.
And stuff. But and then I'll be right. Mine's gonna be short, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. That's gonna be
I
long.
just
I'm
need to
gonna eat
refill
food.
my coffee and stuff. Yeah, I'm not
So
gonna do
everybody's
anything
stuck with
exciting.
me.
Everyone is graced with your presence and lucky to be with you. So I'll be right back, you guys.
Girls, that is. Don't even worry about that. Seriously, don't even worry about that, especially since it doesn't happen since book 3. How are you feeling, Shy? By the time they get there, they're prepared for the direction the story is going, I promise. That probably seems silly, but readers who get book 1, even if book 1 is free, it has to be the absolute best polished piece of craftsmanship you can create. Wherever the reader goes, if that first book is really good, they'll buy book 2. If book 2 is really good and drags them on an emotional roller coaster, they're going to buy book 3. And that continues all the way through a series. I know a series that's like 15 books, 16 books, 17 books, just in one series. Ooh. Are you able to donate in that condition? Have you eaten? Mm. Maybe. But a sandwich is good. Usually. Chest pain's not so good. So you're on your phone and not typing. Can you lift both hands above your head? You need to take care of you, Shy. It's very, very important. Very important. You and I are practically neighbors, and I still have never seen your face. So when all of my chaos is done enough for me to be able to drive out of state again, I'm coming to see your face. Therefore, you must take care of you. Sounds like a good excuse, right? Good thing to look forward to, I hope. Coffee with the crazy cat lady. I am currently reworking the book description that I had for this book. It's funny. Once the order goes live, the back currently actually says the book description will go here. You know, you got a pre-order copy. If the back of the book says the book description will go here. Me? I've written a lot more than I've published. I've published about 65 last count. This will be 68 when we're done with the series. I would like to be at 200 already, but I'm not there. It's dedication. But thank you. It's just, I've been writing professionally since 2010. And it's just part of the process. An author's best. Okay. Well, then you didn't hear me threaten you with coffee. That's good. The biggest thing that you can do in order to reach that goal is to keep writing. I know you'll hear a lot of experienced people will tell you the best way to promote your first book is to get the second one out, and the best way, et cetera, et cetera. And that goes all the way down the line. And I swear I used to roll my eyes at people when they told me that. The good news is there was always a keyboard and a screen between us, so they didn't get to see that. But they weren't kidding. Ah, you're pulling a Star Wars thing. Hello, Doc. How are you, my friend? How's Maggie? That sounds like a good, fun exploration.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
And I think what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do another 30-minute sprint. And then if that goes well, I will have earned a Minecraft break. That is my plan. I hope you guys have been doing well. I hope you've been enjoying your time with the Lady Wrights. I'm like just backing up in the chat to see everything I missed.
You know, I think the bigger thing to me, Snow Shepherd, is the poorly written part of that backstory thing. That tends to destroy a character for sure. And that almost doesn't matter what character, but definitely the villain. And the villain needs to have a good motivation in their mind. Something about it needs to justify that motivation effectively.
All right, I'm going back in. Carry on, everyone. Thank you.
I get how that goes, girls, for sure. Especially when you seem so enthusiastic about this character. I think you'll be fine. But when you're going to backstory for stuff like this, I would make sure you've got a good developmental editor when you're done. Make sure you clarify that to your publisher. That your editor needs to be able to do developmental editing. If you're going to be paying them for this, as a hybrid, they need to have the stuff you need. Have you set up your newsletter yet, girls? MJ knew I was going to ask about that. Speaking of, I'm sure when MJ comes off this run, she'll be glad to give me an update on how well her newsletter's going. Uh-huh. I somehow had a feeling that might be the case. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You absolutely should, girls. You need a newsletter. For sure. Without question. I promise it is the lifeblood of your future career. And it doesn't matter whether you're traditionally published or not. Your newsletter is the lifeblood of your career. Every time I have tested this in situations like I'm doing right now, which is not good at situations for writing a book or for releasing a book, as long as I had a newsletter to send it out to, I always made sales. Every single time. Without fail. Predictably. An email newsletter allows you to connect directly with your readers. It provides you with a way to communicate with them, build and cultivate a relationship with your readers directly while they continue to follow you, benefit from the conversation, perhaps get early sneak peeks. They get the opportunity to. Where would you post the link to join the email list? You can post it on any social media. You can put it in the back of your book if you're indie. If you're not indie, you can put it on your website because your publisher often puts your website in your book. So put it at the top of your website. And take advantage of having the ability to connect like it is the lifeblood you crave as a professional. MailChimp works great and it's free for a start. So is MailerLite. You can set up automation so that oh, that's going to be so much fun, Juxt. Often you will find that's where you're going to get your most engaged. Yes, I'm on Discord too. You're probably better off to connect with me directly to girls because I'm not very good at my server, although I'm hoping to fix that. Where I'm going to probably we're probably going to pull up a lower decks and start doing a regular shared viewing or shared watch thing. Angel, schedule it out so you don't have to keep going back to it. Absolutely. Send it to me on Discord. I am the Lady Writes everywhere. As a matter of fact, if you see a Lady Writes account that's not being used, there's a very good chance that I created it and forgot the password. And no longer have access to the email I created it with. So it's a mess. I have a few of those. And we have been connected. But yeah, go ahead and send it over. I approved it. One of the things that I'm working on that I will be giving away, and you guys will be able to see it in the comment section, description section of several of my upcoming videos, is a 5-part newsletter introduction. And it's just like 5 email templates. I have written them, I have rewritten them, and I've rewritten them again. But they will be on my YouTube channel in the link in the description section. And I might go back on some of my older videos and add the links too. But it'll just be a Google Doc that you can link to, open up and copy. You won't be able to edit or change it. But there's that. There's your one sheet that everybody should have. So you'll have like the 5-book template, you'll have the one sheet, and then you're going to have to be prepared to do the other things. I will be I am also working on a side project to be able to start 2026 off strong for new authors, because you should be marketing or preparing to market or marketing before your book is out. People should be getting a preview of your thoughts on this, your enthusiasm, what you're writing. The pitches that we talked about earlier, those are things you should be sharing either on social media or on your website or in conversation. When you go to a bookstore or a library and speak with the book buyer, and yes, they both have book buyers. I think they're librarians at officially in a library, but the same thing. The newsletter, the opening newsletter template. I also in that do have a list of other books or other things you could write about and schedule ahead of time, which I recommend doing. A great example, I had a wonderful person that I was working with one-on-one, I was coaching, and I explained to him that he needs to get these 5 newsletter things, and we got back together 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, and he had 38 written. That is beautiful to me. Because that's almost a year's worth of scheduling your content for the newsletter, and you don't have to go back and do it again. And as long as you're mixing in the occasional sales request, if you have a book out or a book on pre-order, and you're remembering that the only time you go back to your newsletter is to actively push a campaign, but you've got it drip marketing everything else. You've got the conversation, you're building connection, you respond to email, to things people say to you. Cultivate that connection, and you will find your newsletter will become like a paycheck. It will be like you will know the very first time I did this. I think it's probably the closest I track sales. Oh, how cool. I didn't know you could do that, Juxt. I need to pick your brain on setting up my Stream Deck. For sure. I have lots of things I want to do with it. But the first time I set up my newsletter with a no name, I had a reader magnet. I had 1 book out, and that's it. And I put out the first book, and I pushed it on social media, and it sold, and I got a handful of signups, which was the biggest thought. And then I put out the second book in that series, and I got a handful more signups. And then people started responding to my questions at the end of the email, and I responded to them, even if it didn't make any sense or didn't seem like the most relevant question or statement or whatever. And then we went through the process of putting out the next 3 books. And I was able to predictably say or guarantee at least $40 in sales every single day I released, even though it was a no name when I started. And the books are still out there. I am not still cultivating that email. But the books still exist. They still trickle in sales on occasion, literally, because I'm not promoting. But when I was promoting that email and I was staying in touch, I could guarantee sales. Guarantee sales. And the larger you get, the more you will be able to do with it. My pleasure. I'm glad to help wherever I can. The writing part is the fun part. It's the rest of it that's work. At least in my humble opinion. And if you're working with a hybrid publisher, hopefully they have a way to get you reviews. Because without reviews, you're pretty much toast. I'm hoping that your hybrid has a tool for that. If they need one, let them know. I'd be happy to talk to them and tell them what I'm doing. Why would they wait to promote your book after it's been released? The only people who should be doing that are crazy people like me. People who have a platform with which to do that with. They should be pushing your book now. They should be working on a marketing plan now. Even if they haven't shared it with you yet. It shouldn't be a okay. Your newsletter should be being built right now, and it should not be in their hands. First, it's a hybrid. But second, even if it's traditional, you should be the one doing the work. You should be the one making that happen. At least when it comes to your newsletter. Otherwise, it's like giving them your customers, giving them your readers, and they're the ones who are supposed to cultivate a relationship with them instead of you. That's the reason why I'm a wide author. I don't publish exclusively to Amazon like so many authors have and do, because I refuse to be in a position where one company has all the things. I don't trust them. But when it comes to my readers, if all I did was Amazon, all of my readers would be on Amazon, and Amazon has their email address. Amazon has a way to connect with them. I would not avoid Amazon. They are the biggest current marketplace in the United States. I would also do if you ever want help, Shepherd, let me know. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to assist where I can. If you want to be professional, you'll need Amazon and you'll need Kobo Writing Life or Kobo. And if you do that, you'll have a platform where you reach a global audience effectively enough to create a proper foundation for sales. That doesn't mean put all your eggs in the Amazon basket, but eliminating yourself from Amazon is not the best idea, unfortunately. Well, Kindle is Amazon, and when you go to KDP Direct, which is if you were doing this yourself instead of them doing their distribution, when you do that, you are giving them the ebooks that way, but you can do ebooks on a global scale on the two platforms I mentioned, even if that's all you did, although I would not recommend only going to those two retailers personally. I go to as many as you can get your book on. A customer typically needs to have a reason to trust you before they buy. And in most cases, we buy things after we have seen them a number of times. It could be something you've seen. Usually the pretty number that a lot of people talk about is 7. You have to look at it 7 times before you buy. And that's something you need to remember with your own book. You want to get it in front of people 7 different times in 7 different ways, hypothetically, in a given week, day, month, year. If everything were perfect and you had an unlimited team and unlimited resource, your information would be going out on every platform you can get it out on at least once a day for each individual book that you produce. Even if I hit 60, even if I hit the 200 books I would love to be at already. The ideal, I have enough to do all the things, would be that my books would be promoted, even if it's just shared one time on every platform every day. All, in theory, 200 books. Boy, it would be a yapper, wouldn't I? Quite the mess. Anyway, that would be the pretty thing. That would be the ideal. I have a team and unlimited money, make things happen kind of thing. And the reason why you do that is because people need to see it 7 different times in 7 different ways. And the stuff you put on Insta one day could go onto Facebook the next, onto YouTube the day after, etc., etc. If you had that kind of time or those kind of resources, which I don't know too many people who do, but I am, however, forming a team that will, but that's a whole nother thing. I am discussing that better next year because I want to be a resource to people. I'm sure there are a few people in the chat that can tell you how much I would like to be able to actually be fundamentally helpful on every level. I'm glad, and I'm happy to help. And creating new stuff, Shepard, is one of the best ways to keep marketing, by the way. And I recommend that for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're traditional or otherwise. There are methods in which you can market and share and do. Although, as MJ will highlight, there are some restrictions and limitations. So it might just be sharing your enthusiasm. But it's worth it. And it helps get the word out. And in the end, it helps with your sales, which is always the goal. Of course. Thank you, Angel. I try. You know, it's okay to be obsessed. Hyperfocus is a beautiful, wonderful, fabulous thing. However, I am realizing as I am sitting here trying to go over this description for like the 100th time, I am much more tired than I thought I was.
Maybe.
Girls, I have raised 2 children as a single parent with this writing thing. If I didn't have hyperfocus, that might not have happened so well. So, obsessed with your creation is a beautiful, wonderful thing. It gets you results. I locked my Twitch streams. There they are. There's a dressing room in Minecraft now.
Dressing room in Minecraft. What? I did not know this. Oh wait, you mean like the cosmetics in Minecraft? Yes, there is. Sorry, you're talking about like an actual menu.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can change outfits, but most of us don't because the armor covers it up. I realized I decided that I would just keep Minecraft on screen while I'm working on things that people can't see.
So let them dictate. Teach them to use Google voice typing. That is such a thing. At the same time, don't stop making them practice. I will tell you from experience, stopping them practicing the actual physical writing will be a detriment in the long run. Maybe without the pressure, but don't let them stop actually writing. Like, encourage them to do so. I have learned from experience what a detriment it is. Otherwise, yeah, perfect. Perfect. So I realized I was a late arrival today. I may end up dipping out though here pretty quick. I really need to finish this project. And I'm so
Feel free
close,
to.
but I'm also hitting a wall.
Right. So you can go ahead and raid MJ. And we'll
Okay.
just keep the party going.
I like that plan. We got 60 seconds on MJ's sprint, or a little bit under 60 seconds. So we're gonna wait for
Right.
that.
I would wait for MJ to go on like an actual break so that MJ can't, you know, uh, shout you out or anything like that. That's what I do.
That's very smart.
My timer's up.
Yep.
Hi, welcome back, Decaf, and also Lady Wrights. Thank you for the care package. I will take that now.
Yeah. You should hang on. Let
How's
me do
everyone?
the redeem.
What?
You should get up and pet the cat.
Yes.
Didn't I just do that?
You should do it again.
All right, I'm gonna get up and pet the cat. Then I'll be right back.
All right.
I
Cheers.
might have earned a Minecraft break. We'll see. I'll be right back.
I absolutely love the sign for the sprint on her stream. I love that. Love that. That is too cute.
It's a
I'm
nice
gonna be
little thing. Go
I
ahead. You
need
were
to
saying.
tweak my layout and get things updated. Okay. I'm gonna go over here. Ooh, well, that's like last stream. Let's refresh that. If I can be back and the migraine doesn't start creeping back up on me like I did the other day when I was expecting to do a very long set of streams, I will be back. Welcome to the chaos, my friends. Layered Moon Meadow, Snow Shepherd, the girls, Yepper Peppers, and Theason. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. I thought I said it right earlier.
I have no idea.
But thank you so much for the follow. I hope you guys all enjoy the book. Thank you, Angel. I'm sure I will. Everything is about patience and GSC. I can do that. I can type. And I just need to
Are you okay, Katrina?
take the time. Oh, I'm just drained. My pleasure. It was so good to actually see you, Jux, and I'm going to probably message you first chance I get, Jux, about the stream.
He actually made it back before
setup.
made us able to raid.
Oh. I did make it back. I pet the cat and refilled my water bottle, and that was really all I needed to do.
That's important stuff. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for keeping me company and all the wonderful chatting and all the wonderful things. Thank you for the follows. You are amazing, and I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful to MJ and Decaf for putting up with my randomness and chattiness all morning.
We are
I
so
love you
grateful for
guys.
you as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
The raid call. Our raid call is That's All She Wrote if you're in my stream. And grab your favorite raid emotes. And I will see you guys in the next one, which will hopefully be soon.